The Obi-Wan Kenobi community transmission from Bang Walk has dropped a few hours ago, so it basically goes over everything we need to know for Obi-Wan in terms of star cards, appearances, and his abilities. So obviously he's going to be wielding his traditional Jedi Knight lightsaber, which is his trademark blue one that we see in many of the films. So Obi-Wan will have the ability to deflect both lightsabers and blasters more effectively than any other Jedi due to his increased stamina pool. So his abilities, I'm going to go straight into this. We have All Out Push, Defensive Rush, and a Restrictive Mind Trick. So basically he is a bit of a fancy mix of Rey and Luke. So All Out Push is where he unleashes a powerful Force Blast in an area directly in front of him, damaging and sending his opponents tumbling backwards. This ability can be adapted based on the situation you find yourself in, and if you hold down the button you can actually increase both the range and the width of that attack. Defensive Rush is obviously where he just rushes forward, swinging his lightsaber, deflecting any attacks, damaging his enemies in front of him. So again, it's kind of like Luke's Rush ability. And then we've got Restrictive Mind Trick, where unlike Rey's Mind Trick, Obi-Wan will disrupt his enemies by having them unable to use any of their abilities, and they cannot jump or dodge, I believe, as well. So going into his star cards, he's got Jedi Resilience, which means that Obi-Wan's maxed health regeneration is increased. We've got Jedi General, which is when Obi-Wan Kenobi defeats an enemy trooper, he regains 20 health. Whenever he defeats an enemy, he regains even more. So Obi-Wan, as we can tell, has a health on kill card. Now he's got Perfect Defense, where blocking lightsaber and blaster attacks drain less stamina, very much like a card that Luke has. We've got Give It All, which All Out Push has a longer range and damage, however damage is reduced. Quicken Focus is the charge time for All Out Push is slightly shorter. Think It Over is an increased effect for the Restrictive Mind Trick, which I think actually believes it goes for longer. More Doubts, which is Restrictive Mind Trick, actually has a longer range, so the Think It Over actually means it can go for longer. More Doubts means it has a longer range, so it can go further. We've got Forward, where Defensive Rush lightsaber deals more damage, and lastly there is Critical Deflection, where blaster shots deflected by Defensive Rush do more damage. So he's got a lot of voice lines, so I won't go through all of them, but I will show them on screen for you. So he's obviously got You Want to Go Home and Rethink Your Life, which I believe was in high demand. There's Hello There, So Uncivilized, and things like Trandoshans, also Always So Touchy, which is obviously something for Bosclair. His victory poses are Shall We Duel, Fighting Stance, Soldiers With Me, and Contemplating. I don't really know what these are going to look like, apart from Fighting Stance will probably be how we see him in Episode 3 when he fights General Grievous on Utapau. His 4 emotes will be Hello There, Only a Sith deals in absolutes, The Strongest Defense is a Swift and Decisive Offense, and Your Move. Now he's obviously got 2 milestones, which is basically just your standard stuff. Just defeat enemies or hit enemies with Restrictive Mind Trick 30 times and a few other things like that. We also see his robed appearance as well. So he starts off with his default ability of Jedi Master, and then his robed appearance adds on his robe from Revenge of the Sith, which will cost you 40,000 credits or 1,000 crystals. And another thing with Obi-Wan's appearances is the General Kenobi skin, obviously from the Clone Wars, was due to come in January, but it is now being brought back to December. So there will be a little update in December, which should be awesome, so I'm very looking forward to that. And lastly, from the community transmission, we have the 212th Attack Battalion, which was obviously led by Obi-Wan and Commander Cody throughout the Clone Wars. There are the orange ones that we see in Utapau and many other locations in the TV series as well, like Ryloth. These will cost 40,000 credits in the crate store, where you can buy all 3 for 40 in one crate, or you can buy them separately for 20,000. But that is pretty much everything. I think Obi-Wan looks absolutely awesome. His abilities sound good. Despite being the same as Luke and Rey, they do add a bit of a personal touch to him. So I'm very happy with the way Obi-Wan looks. I cannot wait to see him on November 28th. That is it for this one, guys. There will be another community transmission on the Geonosis update next week. But thank you guys very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.